Snooze, welcome. Everybody, welcome. Got some junk in the back there. I apologize. It may seem dark, and it also may seem a little loud. There's, I don't know, some kind of street cleaning going on outside. But I appreciate everybody being here. Going to be more of a quick, chiller stream today. I don't know about quick. It's never quick. We got yeah, this is photo scans, 35mm photos. So I developed some of this film last night. I'm gonna just get through it, power through these scans. I think about a roll and a half is keyboards, but the first one we're punching in, I think that I have loaded in right now is going to be concerts. I think some of it's going to be Day in Vegas. Maybe I should throw that in. Yeah, well, whatever. All right, let's get through it here. So I gotta get a few things up here and ready. Tether. We're gonna call it F, and we're gonna start at 1. Okay. It's waiting to detect the camera. Let's see if this works. Okay. Looks like we're good. Let's get this live view up. We may need to switch this to photo mode. There we go. Reposition. Then attempt to refocus. Oh, nice. Okay, and then attempt to reposition again. I say we can go with that. It's kind of uneven a little bit. Alright, also no packages today. I don't think we're gonna do a giveaway today. I just don't have anything prepped for it. We're just trying to get some of these scans done. I think most of what we shot here was Kodak Gold 400 or Ultra Max. Let's see if we have anything appropriate for this. I guess this right here. Whoa, did it go twice? No, I actually took it twice on accident here. Let's delete this from disk. And let's shift this back to 2. So you can see it's pretty crazy. It's not really coming out quite right. I suppose that we could try to reset it to something else, but maybe we can just come up with something that'll work. That one vaguely works. Is there any 400s though? Some of these kind of work, but not really. this one's probably one of the better ones so far. See if we can find a good preset to like base around for now. It's probably gonna be this one that came out really bright. Let's just throw this one on for now. This looks like 345. And let's continue. Alright, I'm getting a feeling. Oh, this was in Vegas. I think this is. I ended up buying a pair of sunglasses from an outlet. Alright, so this will be day in Vegas photos. Let's kind of just see here. Ah, yeah, this was the first, I think it was the first day. First day of day in Vegas. We showed up kind of evening-ish. This is Fouché. She's really good. If anyone hasn't already listened to Fouché, highly recommend. One of my favorite acts. It was like one of the first ones. Smaller act, smaller stage. We'll do a reinversion, get these colors a little bit tighter. Preset might not be most appropriate for this. Alex, welcome. She's so good. I feel like I mean, I know her best from just a couple things, her most popular stuff. The Deep End, that was like on all those TikToks, and that Vince Staples one. Man, I'm reminded as I'm going through this that, you know, like you have a little pocket camera, you're just trying your best to kind of guess what the shots are going to look like. And I'm reminded of the last time we did some of this day in Vegas, film scanning, and I'm reminded of how I kind of blew it because we got really close to Post Malone on that Saturday, and he was coming down to the crowd, and he's like high-fiving everybody, and I was like, ooh, I gotta get a shot. So I go really close up to Post Malone, and I have my flash on with the double flash to reduce red eye, and I feel like that was a really bad idea because shots came out super overexposed, super just crazy looking, a lot of motion blur, and like it was harder to shoot, like it just took longer. So a couple of ruined-ish shots that I could have had to post really close. That's what I'm reminded of when I see some of these like bad day in Vegas photos. Scanning photos of keyboards that sums up this channel. Well, Jimmy, welcome to the stream. Always a pleasure to have you. Yeah, it's been some time since. I know it's been some time since I've streamed Splatoon or any Nintendo stuff, and I know I want to get back to it, but I gotta get through all these outstanding projects, and they're fun to do on Twitch. It just doesn't allow for so much time left over for all the Nintendo stuff, you know. All right, so this was interesting. I was on day in Vegas, and the very first day, the second largest stage had this huge guest area that like almost no one went into. It was amazing. And then like the second day they got rid of it. And I was like so bummed out because that second day Baby Keem was coming on that stage, and I was like, ooh, if I could get into like an empty portion, like an empty sectioned off area, that would be like super sick. But it was gone that second day. But here the first day, we got really close to a lucky day, and there was like no one around us. And then like that like the actual GA area was like super packed. This one's a bummer, all the motion blur. We stuck around for a little bit of Jasmine Sullivan just cause people started flowing in when Jasmine Sullivan came on. That's for sure. I know that I'm gonna have to redo a lot of these colors, and like this is like completely unusable, but once we come back for the inversions, it should be good. And I think once we'll do like a set of inversions here. Ooh, Wavy Taco. On the stream. What was it? Sir and Mike plus plus. Jesus Christ, we love you, God! Once we do like one good inversion on this roll, I think honestly we'll be like pretty decently set for like 3 of the next 4 rolls. So tonight we have 5 rolls. And yeah. 5 rolls tonight. 3.5 of them I believe are concerts, and then the last 1.5 are gonna be keyboards. I think this was the first headliner here was on that Friday was Kendrick. And I don't know if I've told the story already, but I was like, you know, like Kendrick's cool. Like, I don't know. I think some people really love Kendrick, like way more than I do. But I think he's chill. And it was interesting seeing him on the bill because like it didn't just say Kendrick for Friday night. It said Kendrick from Section 80 to Damn. And I was like, okay, that's an interesting thing to write in. And so I watch, and he's like going like in order of his discography, and then like the very beginning of his set was really interesting because it's like, I know all these old songs. I don't remember the last time I heard these songs, but this is pretty crazy because he's like, you know, it's 2021, he's playing all his old music. And I was like, this is actually really good. And then he starts going on, and then he does his more recent stuff, and then he actually brings out Baby Keem at the end for the 2 big singles that came out this past year. And then I was like, wow, that was a really good show. And then like I go on to like, you know, Twitter and everything, and people were like, hey, this is a legendary Kendrick show. Him playing all these old hits that he hasn't played in 7, 8, 9 years. And on top of that, like he's played some songs that he's never played before at all. So that was like pretty cool, pretty interesting, I gotta say. And again, bear with me, we're just hitting the button for all the scans, and then we'll adjust all these colors. But appreciate y'all being here. Guys, just so you guys know, this is gonna be the last stream before the new year. Oh. And a little more chill one. I don't really have a build here. Don't really have a giveaway. No packages to open. Some of these we stayed a little far back for some of them. I think these might be all the photos we took on that first night. Looks like this might be the next day when the sun came out. Oh no, this is still the same night. Okay. I think I was trying to burn this last shot before we went out the second day. So, okay, let's go back here. This one might be a really good one to base off of. So I'll close this up for now. And then let's see what we can get out of this. Let's cut this one up a little more. Let's pre-saturate, default, color model, frontier. See what we get here. Alright, not bad. Warm, cool, probably neutral. Let's go soft. Let's bring down the lab glow. And let's bring down the lab fade just a little. I think we're mainly good here. I feel like lately I've been playing with the LUT options here, and then they kind of don't do anything. All right, let's sync all of these and see if we get anything better across all of them. This seems better. It seems better. I just wonder if we can still keep making it even better than this. Got this Umi. This Umi set is interesting. I feel like we can make a little something better out of, like, for example, this shot. Because it did come out like a little bit, quite a bit underexposed. Let's see what we can get. Oh, I have to unconvert. Why is this so... Ah. Whoa. So you know what I think will be good for this is once we kind of take this into a positive, we could probably bring up the luminance on the blues. That might be one of the best ways to go. We could bring up this brightness like this, and it kind of helps, but it also like turns a little bit of the shot like this weird color on the edges where the blacks are. And if we want to just isolate the blues, then that might instead be the way to go. Oh, that's cool. If we run this on cool, then maybe we can exaggerate a little bit. Yeah, I don't hate this, to be honest. The only thing I hate at this point now is how it's kind of crooked. There we go. Cool. Grab a water bottle. Gotta make sure to stay hydrated, you know. I woke up at like noon today, and I had to. I think literally, I woke up at 11:55, and I had a COVID test at 12:15. So like I got up, I brushed my teeth, dressed up, and just like ran out. Luckily, like the testing site is like a 5-10 minute walk, so it's not too bad. This is real nice, man. I gotta say, I wonder. I'm looking at this like, can it be better? I don't know. This one maybe. I feel like there's an opportunity for this one to be real good. Damn, this is choppy though, man. No, how is it that I feel like I gotta like blow some dust out or something, cause there's no way, in my opinion, I don't think there's any way that I have the specs that I do and like things should run this choppy, you know. I find that kind of crazy. Gamma might be a good one. Lala, what's going on? Glad you could be here. Happy holidays. You see what I sent on disc? Oh, you sent me something? Whenever you develop film for Lala, send me a copy. Alright. Wait, Lala, you sent something? Oh! Oh, that's sick. Wait, is that... That's not a render, that's like an actual... That's an actual board, right? Oh, it's so good. So good. Oh, it's a render. Still so good. So good. My goodness. I'm guessing I'm not at liberty to show, right? It's pretty cool. You know what's pretty cool is like I feel like as of late I've been getting these kind of secretive messages. Very cool. Very cool. I don't mind. No. It's a secret. It's a secret. Jasmine Sullivan. I think we stayed for like 1 or 2 Jasmine Sullivan songs. Okay. And I like it. It being exclusive. This one I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing here because I could very well try to run a re-inversion on this, but I find that it may be useless. Yeah, this is not very useful. Okay, I feel like I need to figure out why everything runs so damn slow. Oh, Andy, welcome. Like, look at this. Like, I don't think anything about this looks bad, right? Is there anything here that looks bad? Because I don't see it. It's like 2% CPU usage. 21% memory. 1% disk. 2% GPU. Then why is Lightroom so damn choppy? Alright, if I turn off, reopen the app. I'm going to turn off GPU because like, what I noticed is that I remember feeling like I've looked up GPU usage in Lightroom. Like I will just Google, and then there are some people will give it a big mix, but for the most part, people say turn off GPU usage. And I remember one time, there's this one article I even found that said like, if Lightroom seems slow, turn your GPU usage off. If it's already off, then try turning it on. I do have a 3090, yes. Is this faster? This may be faster. No, this is still choppy. This was cool. Actually, there was this point where I was just trying to shoot all these photos because what was happening was the actual graphic here was like the dam cover, but then like they replaced like the actual, you know, art with the video of him performing. I found that really cool. But what's tough is that I don't know that these photos came out super hot. Like this one may be the best, and I would say, you know, I still have issues with it here. Let's see if we can invert this and see what we can get. Oh my god, look at this. Bugging out. Can you believe this? Alright, what if we go gamma? Like you can, if we go gamma, you can kind of see them a little better, but still not really. I guess that was just like super bright. That's Kendrick, can you tell? Thank you, Ben. But this, I'm not Ben. Wrong window, I'm guessing. This was cool. Let's go to 100%, see what we can see here. So there's Kendrick. And then I think like the rest of, like I think this might have been just like backup dancers. Some of them might have been his family. But a bunch of them had oh my goodness. Oh my god, that big ol' raid! Party of 51. Halloween boards, Ben, my man. Welcome to the stream. We are going over some photo film scans. Some of them, over half of them are going to be concerts. I went to Day in Vegas last month, and we're just doing some leftover photo film. And then about a roll and a half is going to be keyboard stuff. So, hi everybody, welcome to the stream. Disastertron, of course, welcome. Formal CK, welcome. Gmok, thank you for the follow. Instigator, welcome. Toasty, good to see ya. To have you back. Rolly, Sean. Sean DePaul 1. Frank. Everybody, welcome. Alrighty. We're going through here, just looking at some concert photos. This was night 1, day number 1 of Day in Vegas. And yeah, I just kind of went through this roll. Now, is there anything on this roll I would actually use? Would actually post any of this? That one of Ada nearish to the end was good. Some of these early Fouché ones are good when I was up close to her. This one of Umi. This one of Umi is really good. So maybe. The Kendrick ones, I'm not sure. This was a really good one of Lucky Day. I don't know if you guys listen to Lucky Day, but love Lucky Day. Love what we got here. So this is a pretty, overall pretty good roll. Pretty good roll, I think. All right, since all the keyboard crew is here, here's what we'll do. I'll get the roll and a half of keyboard photos, photo film. We'll do the first one is gonna be like, I think a little over half the roll is gonna be concert stuff. So once we get to the second half of that roll, then we'll start seeing some keyboards. Does that sound good, everybody? I appreciate y'all being here tonight. As you know, I appreciate. This is my 3rd straight day streaming, and this is like my 3rd straight day of getting a big raid, fat raids up in here, and I appreciate you guys, man. I think, yeah, also, Ben, I think, like, what was it? Sunday? Sunday was also you, I believe, right? Back to the Chrisathon? Alright. Okay, so we're going to continue along here with some keyboard photos, but once we get to the second half of this roll, we should be starting to see some keyboards. Concerts first, though. Alrighty. Okay, let me save a preset. I think this is what we had from a little bit earlier. Gmod, goddamn, I'd love to stay in bed, but he head to bed. I just bought a film camera for Christmas. I've been getting super into this stuff. Oh, man. Welcome to another giant money sink. Appreciate you could come by with the crew. Really do appreciate it. Well, I think we were at F. Is this F? I think it was F. Let's just call it F. 35 millimeter GC 400 F10 160 100. I know, right, folks? Oh, it's getting worse. Oh my god, it's gotten worse. Like even within the last like month. I think 2022 they're bumping up all the prices for Kodak. Oh, it's terrible. But welcome to the club. Let's call this G1. All right. Okay, so here we go. Again, as mentioned, I don't know what concert this was. I'm not gonna lie, but the second half should be keyboards. So bear with me. Let's also change this user preset to the one we just saved, which should be F35. Yeah, I think it's this one. Have a good night, Gmok. Appreciate it. And everybody, welcome to stream. Welcome back if you've been here. I don't know who this was. Not immediately obvious. Oh, I think this is Puya. You guys listen to Puya, Florida rapper? Oh my god, I love Puya. Puya's so damn good. Caught Puya at the Fillmore. Came in with Ada. Some of these, like, what I noticed about like Puya and what I noticed about just some shows is that like there's not enough lights. They don't have enough lights. So then like you have a little pocket camera like this, you just get this crazy motion blur. But it probably wasn't helped by the fact that like I go into a dark show with some like 400 film. I usually step in with 800, but I've been like, how can you tell me I'm not the one? I've been going into these shows with 400 film. I usually go in with 800, but like 800 film right now is like a couple things. One, it's super expensive. Like it's been getting more and more expensive, and it's been getting like it's just hard to get right now. Like I think Cinestill just went back up in stock on B&H. But yeah, it's been rough, I gotta say. So I'm looking at all this, like I feel like none of these shots are usable. Like the part where we're gonna get to like usable shots is gonna be when we get to the keyboards. As someone who doesn't know anything about photography, is film still popular to use? Things are not all digital now. Film is, I feel like over the last like several years has been like quote unquote, like making a comeback. I think here's my perspective on it. Film, even like within the last like 25 years of digital, film has always had its usage. Like it's always had a place, 100%. I think it's real, legitimate usage of actual film that isn't just for like being artsy. It's like it's not common, but you may want and you may like to have it. I think that for the fact that you're actually getting like the way light is captured like onto actual film and what you can do with that, like with regards to say like blowing it up, I think it's something that is different from like digital interpolation for when you actually blow digital photos up. So I think that you have kind of a weird different advantage. I think in some ways film is kind of supposed to be in some weird ways it's kind of supposed to be a little bit more cost efficient, but with the way things are, especially now moving into 2022, I struggle to say that like like honestly. It has been coming back. I think there was like there are a couple of big moments I think for film within the last decade, like say for example, one thing that did bring a lot of people into the hobby for better or for worse, for example, was when like what was it, Kendall Jenner, Kylie Jenner, one of them like brought on a contacts to some talk show. This must have been like 2016 2017 or so. So I think that kind of was something to like bring photo film back into the mainstream. And then from that, things kind of sprout up. Like you'll see like influencers, you'll see celebrities holding film cameras a little more, and then you start to see all the people on Instagram trying to get like Instagram worthy like artsy shots with the light leaks, the full border grids and stuff like that. So it kind of does still have its place. And here I am, I shoot film. Like I mean, the thing is like I can't front. It's like I kind of do it for some of the same reasons. I think that what film provides me is something that I think is a little bit different than what I think I can capture with a digital camera. So I don't know. Just the way I look at it. It's an interesting world of photography, I think, these days. Digital is getting better and better, 100%. And then on top of that, film has always been, like, I think, it's been what it is. It's been solid, it's been there, it's been present. It's just getting more expensive. It's kind of rough. Hey, this is like my first usable shot, and he's like not facing the crowd. 11 shots in. All right, let's see if we can get a few more here. You know what I think I did? I think I might have changed the exposure on the camera this deep in. I think I might not have been shooting at -2 at this point, and I think that's where I needed to be. What's your favorite Puya song? Ooh. Oh, he's got some classics. Let me think. Favorite Puya song. Oh God, I gotta look it up. I gotta look it up. I love Puya. So my first introduction to Puya, it was like 2015. My brother was like, "Oh yeah, you know this guy Puya." My brother's a DJ, so he's got to stay in tune with everybody. I was like, he goes, "You know this guy Puya?" I was like, "No." He's like, "Oh, he's really good. He sounds like he's in Bone Thugs. It sounds like a white Bone Thug." And I was like, "Oh yeah." And he's like, "Yeah," but it's like funny because this was 2015. He goes like, "Yeah, he's like super young." Like, you know, some of my buddies saying like, there was a show where Puya was at, and like, I don't know. It was just like, Puya was doing a show sometime 2015 or earlier, and then like the club or like the venue was kind of treating him like a kid. It's like, hey, I don't know, it was a whole thing. I think the one that I really liked within the last little bit, what was it called? I don't want to get the title wrong. I like Life LOL. I think what was interesting at the end of Life LOL was that like it kind of sounded like a Redbone sample. But like it's funny because whether or not it was, I think it knocked it out of the park. Like better personally, I think it sounded better than Redbone. What else? Yeah, Life LOL was good. Mood Swing Misery. I like Mood Swing Misery on South Got Something to Say. I think Suicidal Thoughts in the Back of Cadillac, both part 1 and part 2 were both really good. But you know, the first time I was listening to him was Underground Underdog. And so like Great Influence, oh my god, Great Influence is so good. Scrubs, 41. Billy Mays. Oh, so good. So good. Alright. Moving along. Okay, some of these got real crazy still. This was my, I think, 3rd time seeing Puya. I saw him in Santa Cruz a few years back, and then I actually shot a little photo with my phone. This was before I was shooting film. I shot a photo of him on my phone. He liked my photo on Instagram. Oh hey, look, it's me. I had to grab my phone while I was asleep, I guess. All right, here we go. Keyboard photos, everybody. Everybody from Ben's stream, my good man Halloween boards. Welcome to the keyboard portion of this stream. All right, this right here is Switch Guitar Alice, white on black. It's not an HHKB. This I got one. What was it? Almost a year ago. I think over a year ago. I picked one up a year ago, and built this one up, switched Tutorialis, but this is the first time I actually had like keys that would fit on it that were white on black, because for a long while I didn't have these space bars. I actually bought these from a guy who's selling his Midnight Rainbow space bar kit. So finally was able to get this down here. There you go. How many of the same photo did I take? I guess this one's just a little farther and also not centered. Lately I've been trying to shoot multiple angles of the same board. For a long while I was just trying to take like, I'll do one shot, one board, one shot, one board, because I was just trying to get these pictures up on my portfolio. But now it's like, I can like take my time with them. Now this one I'm gonna have to re-invert, because this one kind of looks the worst out of all of them on this roll so far. Rolly, ew. How many did I shoot of just this one board? Oh my god, it's like 6 photos or something. Got the re-legendables. I know you guys like that. Alright, what is this? I think this is the D60 with Mecha 01. Let's see what we got. Yep, this needs a re-inversion for sure. I get a feeling that because this is like a consumer film, the green, whoa, that's some craziness on this film. The green might not show up on those legends. Like, guys, I don't know if you guys haven't seen Mecha 01. How do I put this? Mecha 01 was one of the first group buys I joined in on when I returned from the hobby last August. And I just thought like, oh, I gotta get on this. It's Evangelion. But like at the time, I was looking at the renders. I didn't even like the renders. 100% honest, I didn't even like the renders, but I was just like, I gotta get in on this. So I've been nervous for the last like year and 3 months about like what it's gonna look like. I'm just like, am I just gonna sell this? Is it gonna look bad? I wasn't sure. But then when you get it in person, oh man, Mecha 01 looks really good. Like it looks really good. So just want to throw that out there. I got this Laker themed Polaris here. VOC on this like E-yellows, E-orange yellow. Yellow-orange. Hello everybody, welcome to the stream and happy holidays. I think what happened was I took all these pictures of the Polaris and I forgot to take the pictures of the back side, so I came and brought back the D60 so I could take a picture of this. What is this? I'm guessing... What is this? I don't know what this is. Oh, this is that low profile, that cheap budget low profile that I have. Built this up for Ada. I want to rebuild this because they're like GAT milky yellow switches, and I put in these Sprit Supreme springs, and I think they're terrible. Oh my god. Oh, really bad, these springs. You guys use these Sprit Supreme springs? They're just really bad. TX longs? Yeah, I think that's what I need. I need to just like go for like long springs. Some variant of long springs for everything. That'd be the way to go. This is my Gucci or Christmas themed Brutal 60 that's like all scuffed. Alright, we're going to do a reinversion. This is the end of the roll. We're going to do some reinversions here because some of these keyboard photos definitely no good. It's like this one's pretty bad. Let's close this up. Dude, I have a 3900. I know it's not a 5000 series yet, but I have a 3900X. and a 3090. And like look at how choppy Lightroom is. I swear, like, part of me thinks either like I need to blow out a bunch of dust from my machine, or it's that Lightroom is just really not optimized for literally anything. How's this look? Alright, so then this one's like crazy because now it's like it's pretty much all dark. Now this, I don't hate this. 3090, yeah. I got this 30. I was like really into this, you know, PC building craze like through the start slash middle-ish of COVID. Me and Ada were like, just like looking for parts on the hunt for so long, and I'm dropping all this money on a 3090, a launch one that I guess you could still mine with, but I don't mind. Whose boards are these? Yours? These are mine. These are I entirely have like every board I build. CG1 is like, as we said, I'm pretty done. Every board that I build is a personal board. I would personally not recommend the level of financial irresponsibility that I partake in, but I know that my words mean nothing, so good luck, everybody. Alright, let's... This one right here. Let's redo this one, because this one's pretty bright, especially with the Godspeed Columbia. Yeah, I realize, like, the advice I would give will, you know, with everyone who's in here, pretty much does fall on deaf ears. Yeah, exactly. Doesn't... means nothing. Alright, this is not a good picture. It's not even in focus, so let's just ignore it. I think what I was doing, I was trying to kill the rest of the film on this pocket camera. So like this right here is like a lot better, although what I will say is I'm not a big fan of how I left so much space in the front. I don't know what I was thinking there. Oh my god, this chop. Oh my god, you believe this? The choppiness. Bro, the lag. Look at this. It's like unreasonable Lightroom lag. Is Lightroom unoptimized, or is my hardware just all messed up? Is Mecha01 on a board? Yeah. It's on my D60 right now. So let's go back there. There's some damage on this, some of these frames, but let's I'm gonna try to reset this. I want to see if we can, like, I will probably have to like touch up those greens here in post. Oh my god, look at this! I didn't do anything! My goodness. It's like I have like no other applications running. I need to download more RAM. The 64 gigs I downloaded off the internet wasn't enough. So yeah. You need at least 256 for minimum. I want a terabyte. I need a terabyte of RAM. Anyways, this is Mecha01. This is on a KBD Fans D60. Granted, for some reason, this is like completely off center. I recognize that. That is still off center. Let's try that. Alright. Seems good. I don't know what you guys think. I feel like this looks fine. Let's sync these settings to the next couple of D60 photos. You know, I'm pretty certain that among all of these, I'll probably be using this one if I were to post this. Yeah, I'll probably post this one up. Look, it's a good looking, honestly, like, again, I didn't think I'd like it, but I do. It's a good looking board, good looking set. Alright. A few of these I could touch up otherwise, but I think we've got what I needed to get here. I think we've captured the essence of everything we have in this roll. Actually, let's see if we can touch up this Brutal 60. You guys, I'm sure you guys have heard this Brutal 60 story a million times, but yeah, this came in pretty damn scuffed. So it's been my goal to just make sure that because it's a scuffed board, it's like you lean into it, you know, you turn into the skid, and then you just make sure that the build is as stupid as the scuff that this came with. It was rough. Not warm. Soft, shadow soft, highlight soft. That was pretty good right here. Alright, I mean, this is not even, probably not going to use this, but maybe the next one. Let's see, are those keycaps green or black? They're green. This is SA nuclear data. So yes, this is supposed to look like this. I know that I have so many, whenever I do these inversions, like colors are always wildly off until they're right. But this is right. This is, they are supposed to be green, yes. Still waiting on GMK nuclear data. Can't wait for that. Hey, photography. XDeeds, welcome. Welcome, welcome. Yes, this is largely, as I've been mentioning, this is our second roll out of 5. 1.5 of these 5 rolls are keyboards. The other 3.5 are concerts. So we went through an entire concert roll, and now we're on this roll that's like split between concerts and keyboards. And then next up, we'll hit back that the next keyboard roll after this. The camera are you using? This one right here that was used to shoot these shots on this roll. Was Contax T3. So a little pocket camera. Next up, the next one that I'm gonna go grab this next roll for keyboard photos, I believe is my shot on my Nikon F6. Do you only do film? How do I put it? Kind of. Let's go with kind of. For concerts, what ends up happening is like if I'm asked to shoot, like if I'm assigned to shoot a concert, they need stuff back the night of, so I can't turn around film like the same night. I can turn it around in 24 hours, but just not the same night. So I have to shoot digital then. But otherwise, if I'm going to a concert, like just as a paid audience member, I'll bring a little pocket film camera. For keyboards, largely yes, I'll shoot film just because, like, I mean, anyone can shoot digital photos of keyboards. So it's like I don't know, it's a market that's already out there, you know. Everyone already does it really well. I feel like, yes, it would be helpful to, like, timing and pace wise be able to, like, to do that, but at the same time, it's like, at the end of the day, I know what would happen is all my pictures would look the same as everyone else's, and also on top of that, all my pictures would look the same as each other because I just use HHKB keyboards. So yes, largely I'm shooting film, like, for most of my work here. This is like cheap consumer film, Ultramax 400. All right, I'm gonna go grab the next roll of my Sony A7. Right on. And like, what's cool about digital though in general is that, like, especially when you go like the mirrorless route, like, it has like so many functions of, like, you can use it to stream, you can use it to take shots. Like, I don't have anything really, like, against digital or anything. It's like, in fact, I look at Sony and I think, like, man, Sony crushing it, man. Crushing it hard. I feel like there's what I've once heard, I was like, there's this sort of funny perspective on Sony, so that they're like the rich, spoiled little brother, or like the trust fund kid, because Icy Keebs, thank you for the follow. Sony's like the rich, spoiled kid out of, like, all the camera companies, because them entering the camera space is like, well, they just have so much money they could pour into it because it's Sony. So, like, what you can get for the prices that they offer is just, like, really, really, really good. Alrighty, so everything is gonna show up upside down, so I apologize about that in advance. How are you doing? I'm doing good. When I do keyboards, I add matching background items to make the photo stand out. Yeah, I see that too. I know a lot of people do that. It's really like clever, creative photography to be able to do that, for sure. And so I quite like it. Let me see if I can gather one of these guys to be, like, somewhat better than the others. Maybe this one, this preset. I've been on a Gundam kick lately. Right on. Ice Skills Guts here. I hope you're doing well too. Alright, let's grab this one. I know that we spent some time with this preset, so let's just base one around this. GC400. User presets. let's do that. And then let's just start shooting. Oh, did I do this already? Shoot. Oh, that's silly. Cancel. Let's delete this guy. So yeah, this is still not the right inversion preset, but we'll just like ride with it for now, and then we'll come back and re-invert later. We also take this down to 2. Okay. Continuing along here. And again, bear with me. These are all going to show up as upside down. I don't know how, like, it's weird for some reason. There's no easy way to have these like tethered shots auto rotate in advance, as far as I've been able to find in the settings. One thing I saw was that you may need to turn on auto rotation from within the camera, but even that's like kind of bizarre, all things considered, because if I'm shooting these pictures of like keyboards on photo film, like I think it's gonna get pretty confused as to what it's gonna try to do. Yeah, this is like totally, this coloring is not correct at all. This is supposed to be Aztec teal. So part of me like just wants to run the inversion now, but I think it's just more time efficient if we just wait to the end. So these were shot with my Nikon F6. 35mm film. Like I have a medium format camera, and it's a really nice one, a Contax 645. But shooting 35mm on this Nikon is like it's really nice. Like it just seems to like, it's just a really, really good film SLR. With the 645, you can get amazing photos, but it's just a lot. It's challenging. Like, you get stuff that looks way nicer than what you can get out of the F6, but the F6 just feels so trusty. Like, I've shot some keyboards with my 645, and it's just tough. It's a tough thing to do. Aha. The J02 with DCS Yuri. I guess the funny thing is, like, XDs, I realize, like, most definitely you can, like, add matching items to kind of just, like, spruce up the photos. The problem is that, like, I don't think I just have a whole lot of, like, items hanging around that I can match up with a lot of things. How do I put this? Again, I don't intend to sound like a dick or anything, but it's just, like, all my money's going into keyboards, so it's like I just don't have other stuff. Like, I don't have other stuff to go along with this, and it's like I have so many keyboards that, like, I can't really think of, like, what would match with a certain keyboard. Like, I realize there's, you know, colors, but it's tough. Okay, this is the CLS SXH that we just built 2 days ago. This was before I built it. Yeah, I don't just shoot keyboards. Yeah. Aha. This is the AEK HHKB. HHAEKB. in the hammer, legendary hammer tray case. Which I swear, I think that has gummy O-ring compatibility, but I just haven't tried it yet. I need to grab some O-rings. I know like on Thock Stock, there's like a couple places that they show you could buy, just randomly buy O-rings from. This is that skeleton that gave us so much trouble. The inversion here, this preset is pretty, it makes that skeleton kind of disappear, so we'll make some adjustments. This is the Trio 60 that's unbuilt. Alright guys, I have an admission, just a full-on admission. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know what it is. I actually just didn't really like the Trio 60. I was like driving that for a little bit, and I'm not gonna lie, I didn't really like it. It's weird. It's an HHKB, I should, but it felt too quiet. Like it felt like a mix of everything. Like I don't know, maybe I need to build it with the foam next time. This is our stacked acrylic Elixir Xi keyboard, that super scuffed build that we really loved. This is our compact MX 11800. That beautiful knotted cables knotted up. Loved it. Alright, here's the K. The Olive K, again, unbuilt at that time. So, yeah, like, even now I'm just thinking, like, I got a bunch of keyboards to shoot. Like, because I've built a bunch of these by this point. Alright, this concludes the actual initial scans for keyboards. A roll and a half, but we'll adjust some of these colors. We're going to stick on this this roll for a while here as we get the colors correct. Alright. Alright, 3 rolls down, by the way. So 2 rolls to go. And the remaining 2 rolls, I believe one of them, I'm guessing, is the remaining Day in Vegas roll. And then the last one is JPEG Mafia. JPEG Mafia, a show I shot just as a audience member. And I think, just like from kind of like glancing at the negatives, I feel like there might be some good photos off of that one. So, we'll see. Alright, let's try to auto sync all of this, see if this works at all with some of these other shots. So you can see my sync here. This is the plate configuration I really did not like. You know what? Just as a heads up, so we went over this yesterday, but I'm realizing I have a calendar set up for all the builds that I want to do. But what I'm realizing is that until I actually like get in hand some of the boards that I'm waiting on, that I purchased in Group Buy, my calendar right now, I don't want to put calendar slots for keyboards I don't have. So for what calendar slots I do have right now, it's all rebuilds. It's like almost entirely like second builds or rebuilds of boards. This is one of them. This is going to happen at some point. I'm not sure exactly when, but at some point I'm going to rebuild this board with a different plate, because this is a stupid ass plate with like a 6.25U HHKB, and so this right blocker is 2 times bigger than the left blocker. And once I rebuild this, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna give away this plate that you see here. This plate that I don't even like could be yours. Alright, I don't like how this one turned out. This is an Aztec Teal Honeyboard HB60 with GMK finer things, but it really just looked still largely blue. Didn't look that different from Godspeed Columbia, so let's see if we can like isolate this. Oh. Cancel. Cancel. Deselect. Everything's so slow. Because of course it is. Yep. Interesting. That's still very blue. Warm. Cool. It was supposed to be very much greener. Let's pull this down. Oh no. Oh no. This seems a little more correct. A little bit more correct. It just still looks kind of blue, doesn't it, though? I don't know, yeah, that's good enough. Alright, let's sync these up with the rest of these HB60 shots. Alright, so this is cool. What I really like here, so we did this TX60 PC last night that's right in front of me. There's a really non-standard, or like a different kind of sandwich style board, but what's interesting is the HB60 also a sandwich style board, and you can see every single layer, which included this alu plate. You can just see it right in there. That I kind of really liked about this is that it becomes like a visual accent while also that's what it is. It's an alu plate. So cool thing, I gotta say. The honeycomb back is really cool. Alright, here is our Blade 60 Alps with linearized black Alps. This I also struggled to really like, and so okay, I got a little story for you guys. When it comes to Alps, let's revisit this discussion for anyone who probably has heard me say it quite a lot, like a million times here, but I'll just say it. So a lot of people out there don't like Matthias switches. They're like an Alps clone. People say they don't like how wobbly it is. It's like really loud because it's really wobbly, and I guess a lot of people don't like wobble, and it's a very common complaint. They actually, in a later revision, fixed the wobble by shrinking the housing instead of enlarging the stem, because it's actually a stem problem. They shrunk the housing to match the shrunken stem, which means like you can't really Franken switch like these later revisions of Matthias switches with genuine Alps. It's a weird thing. But anyways, They've kind of addressed that. But people will still kind of go and say like, oh, Matthias is terrible. Matthias is a horrible Alps clone. They're super wobbly. And I remember at one point I found, I think the guy's name was like Edgar. And maybe that's Matthias's first name. I don't know. I found a comment on Geek Hack by this guy from Matthias. He posted a comment saying like, just like an offhand comment. Christoph 2013. Yes, this is a Blade 60 with an HHKB layout. This is it's an Alps build, and that's a custom Alps plate in Palm. And so the plate itself has blockers, but the case doesn't. So there's like a little dip in for where the blockers are. And I've done this with a few of my boards, and it's like, how do I put it? It's at first I didn't think I liked it, but then I come to realize like, oh, it's a kind of an interesting little design there where it dips further than the case. Anyways, so back to my story. I found this comment, this sort of like small, like not very popular comments on Geek Hack by this guy Matthias, who just like offhand comment said like, I don't know why everyone's so bad, or like everyone hates wobble so much on these switches. Wobble is good. And it's funny, like I read that because I'm just like, oh, like me, I think they're fine. Like I think wobble is okay. Like it's not a big deal to me. But I know that like when he says something like wobble is good, that's something that would probably set off or like trigger a lot of people. But then he went on to explain why wobble is good. He goes, wobble helps you still be able to actuate and like press keys when you hit the keycap off center. And it hit me like, yeah, that's true, because I was using Matthias switches for a long time, and like, you know, it's loud, it's wobbly, but like I never found that I had any great issue. Now fast forward, this is my Blade 60, this Alps build, and I like it. I like how it looks. It's just a good looking board. You know, black blade case, black palm plate, the black Matthias keycaps, and then the black Alps, which I linearized. So I linearized these black Alps that I harvested out of a Dell AT101. Yeah, I think it was just a Dell AT101. I don't think it was an AT101W. And then I modded the switches to remove the tactility leaf so that they would just be completely linearized. I soldered it in, I built this board, it looks pretty, but when you actually use it, I exactly see the problem that Matthias was talking about. Like, if you hit off center, like you can't press the key. And I just find that like super annoying. So this is not a keyboard I really enjoy using that much, and it's not the blade's fault. It's really like these, and I don't know if it's like a specifically for bamboo Alps, but it's an issue that I feel like I've come across. So I just felt like I had to get on my soapbox for that one, but there you have it. That's my thoughts. All right, J02 with brown Alps. This is a cool one here. We'll re-undo this inversion here because I feel like this is such a nice board that I feel like we have to really fine-tune these pictures just because I know how nice of a board it is. But yes, this one also another situation where I got a custom cut plate. These plate files were released for the J02, and then I got it cut for Alps. And so here it is. These darks are mad dark. That's crazy. I feel honestly like this is a limitation of the film. This is a consumer film, and like the issue here that I'm seeing is that like the latitude, like the color latitude on the film is like not high enough as the first part, and then the second part of this, you know, in tandem, this problem is that like because of that, NLP can't figure out, like this inversion plugin can't figure out what to do, because these mods are not black the way that this looks. So this is a little bit of a bummer. I get to thinking I may need to reshoot this on like something like Portra. Maybe I might consider shooting this on 120 as well. But a little bit of a bummer here. We can try running the inversions on some of these subsequent J02 photos. Maybe we'll have better luck there trying to capture the dark blue mods, because this is not really supposed to look like this. Alright, let's take a look at some of the next photos. Maybe, just maybe, we'll have better luck on this one. Maybe. Yo, wait a second. Oh man, guys, we're gonna have to mute probably a lot of the stream. I don't know when it was, but we are no longer... Hold on, give me 1 second here. For kind of a long time here, I think we got off of this lo-fi playlist, or this royalty-free playlist, and I think we've been playing some DMCA music. So I'm gonna venture to say that a solid, oh my god, probably at least half hour, 45 minutes of this stream is probably going to be muted on the YouTube VOD. And I apologize for that. We'll see. That, or you know, I might not be able to monetize it. So, not that I'm monetizing it at all right now. Oops. Okay. A little bit better. It just comes out really dark. Soft helps a little bit. I don't know, does that come out as blue to you guys, these mod keys? Because it looks very much like blackish to me. Maybe like that. Let's try to sync this, see if it does any better. Oh no, that's terrible. I guess we'll have to go with this. It's not, I don't know if I would really say it looks this silver in real life. It is a little darker, a little bit. Alright, this is Peach Blossom, which that pink looks very washed out in this photo, so let's try to redo this one as well. I know I probably look pretty dark here on my face cam. It's just try not to have too many lights on when doing this. In fact, I probably still have too many by this point. So here's what we'll do. We'll bump this way up, turn this light off. Alright. Now I'm working in the dark, which is always like fun. Alright, let's unconvert this and turn, maybe what I need to do on those J02 ones is turn up the saturation. Maybe that'll help the blue. We'll turn up the saturation here for this pink, see if this helps. It's hardly. Oh, that kind of works. Moving to warm. Sync these. I think one thing that I believe needs to happen is maybe try taking the lights down just a little bit. Alright, let's try resyncing this again. Yeah, I feel like that helped. A tad bit. Just a tad bit. Now this one's tough. This one we need to redo because that's most definitely a blue weight. And this one's, let's find out if this heightened saturation on the blue is going to be good. Yeah, that's almost black, huh? Cool. No. That helps a little, I think. Alright, don't think I really need to do much for this. It's just a placeholder picture, nothing looks really wrong with it. This is the hammer. Okay, so this is cool because I actually had what I thought was a couple iterations of a pretty good picture of this board before, but nothing that was perfect. I had a nice digital one from like 2017, the first time around that I built this, but that one had a couple of problems, which was wasn't an HHKB layout because I wasn't trying to build it like that before. The second thing is, and that's not a situation here where I cut the plate this way like intentionally. The other issue with it during that and other future but prior to this one iterations of this type of photo was that the spacebar was like super yellowed because the spacebar is in ABS, the rest of the keycaps are in PBT. But I finally got off my ass and tried retrobrighting for the first time. This is my first attempt at retrobrighting and it came out, I think, really well. I don't know what you guys think, but I guess I still have some dirtiness on these keycaps. I don't know if I just didn't clean it or something. Sabi Sab, PBT spacebar ABS. Yes, but it's like for a layout like this, like getting these like from old Alps keyboards, it's like, I mean, they don't really exist. And you look at this as like a 6.5 unit spacebar, so it's just like even worse in luck. Honestly, I liked it standard. What made you like HHKB? Honestly, just time. Sabi Sabi, I guess if you may not have heard my story, it's another one. Another in the books for many of the others here who have heard it, but I've been in the keyboard hobby since about 2012. And then I took a hiatus around 2016 to 2017, all the way till 2020 when the pandemic hit. And in that time, that 3 to 4 year span, the very last keyboard that I pulled out and then I just decided to drive for those 4 years was an HHKB. And so largely, like, every picture here, nearly every picture that you see here, every keyboard that I use, every keyboard that I build is an HHKB, very, very simply because muscle memory. You pull me out of an HHKB and into another layout, and I'm just gonna be naturally less productive. I'm gonna be worse at typing. I mean, worse from a productive standpoint. Worse at typing is just, yeah. So for me, all about the HHKBs. How many different ways can you look at one? How many different ways can you build one? You know. All about the muscle memory. The hammer. So good. Alright. Yet another. This is a Skeleton 60. I think this was Hammer Jesus. That's an old board. Yup. The classic hammer tray case. Ooh. Hammer. You know that hammer board is by the same hammer who does CRP. That wasn't the most obvious thing to me. Very well, the same hammer. Alright. You know what? I don't even need to do this thing. I feel like I can just apply this. Didn't join the hobby when hammer was a thing? Oh, well, never too late. Alright, I feel like, yeah, this one translated really well. Not necessarily here though. So let's see if we can get the skeleton lettering just a little bit brightened up. I know we're focusing on that skeleton mustache badge, but I think we can make this look a little bit more sensible. My eyes, everything was so bright red for a second. My bad if you guys are watching in the dark or something. Adam7318, welcome to the stream. What is this stream? So today's stream is, so last night I developed some 35mm photo film in my kitchen. I let them hang, to air dry, and then we're coming into Lightroom and using a DSLR to actually scan the film. Like, it's essentially I'm shooting a picture of film, and the film comes in as like the negative that it is, and then we run this film inversion plugin, which is typically pretty good, pretty accurate. And so 5 rolls that I developed last night. This is roll number 3. This is the last of my keyboard photo, like keyboard film roll. I had a roll and a half of keyboard photos on film here. The other 3.5 rolls are concerts. So We've done 3 rolls so far, 1.5 concerts, 1.5 keyboards, and then the next 2 we'll do after this one are going to be more on concerts. So stay tuned if you're interested, but in some of the concert photos, or if you're interested in learning more about film and watching me do this. For now, enjoy the shots of keyboard photos, since I know that's why a lot of you guys might be here. Let's bring that up a little bit as well. Warm? Nah. Cool? Nah. I think this is probably fine. No idea what you just said, but seems interesting. Alright, well, I'm glad we got that far. Come on. Software has been lagging pretty hard here. And it really shouldn't, given my PC specs. That's a clean case. This is so we were just talking about this. This is so I shot these photos, and some of them I shot while they were still unbuilt, and then I've built them since then. So it's like some of these photos already are outdated. This one is one of them. This is a Trio 60 by Percent Studio. And I have to be totally truthful. I've built this. I drove it for about a week. I don't know if it was my cup of tea. I haven't enjoyed this one as much as I've enjoyed some of the other boards that I've more recently used. Yeah, that's what I think I'll say. I'll turn this contrast down a little bit. A lot. It just felt like, I think the mix of it being a gasket mount, PC plate, how it used the gaskets and inks, it just felt too quiet, felt too soft. It was weird. Like I'll use it, but I wouldn't enjoy it so much compared to others. And it's funny because I know that like some people I think have really liked some of the Percent Studio boards out there. Skog Reboot I think is a big one. I think like Teja sometimes just like drives the Skog Reboot. And like it's funny because I remember seeing him, like watching him and like hearing him talk about it, and he's just like, they're like, oh, why are you driving the Skog Reboot right now? He's like, I don't know, I just grabbed it. It's RNG. But what I will say too, though, is that the Skog Reboot, actually all of Percent Studios boards, as much as like I say I might not like this board so much, I will say it looks really cool. Like I think my only qualm with this particular case in terms of looks is the left and right bezels are really big. But other than that, like the case is like badass. Like it looks so cool. Like the way that they've kind of built this in this way, super sick. Like the back, it's funny. It's light. It's not very like heavy. It's actually like lightweight, which it doesn't look like it would be. Like the way it looks like it's a heavy boy, but it's not. This guy, I don't think I need to touch up that much. I can, but this is a pretty good photo already, I think. This one, I mean, we could, but let's do it. Is that a tofu? No, this is a stacked acrylic case from 2013 by someone named Elixin Zai. Um, I don't know how to put this other than like when this ran in 2013, I was really excited for it. Like just in total honesty, I was like, oh, this looks really cool. I'm gonna get it. It was advertised as a poker, like a one of those KBC poker like replacement cases. But then he kind of expanded it to like just do a lot of layouts because the GH60 was supposed to be running at that time. It was like the first kind of universal community based 60% PCB. So he did all these different layouts, and then like I just never ended up building it. And then I built this in August, but knowing me, I'm an HHKB guy, or I've evolved into one. So we were trying to just like break parts of the stacked acrylic, like the actual acrylic pieces, to a point where we could use split backspace, and split right shift. And then we started. We threw on these KBD fans 5-degree blockers in the corner, and it doesn't even match colors. It's just like looks like New York Knicks themed keyboard. What HHKB did you start with? Yeah, pretty much. I drove one of those like actual HHKB from Topre, from Fujitsu, PFU, I guess. So that was kind of my first, I think, I would say. Topre gang, yeah. And then really I was very happy to like enter back into the hobby so many years later. One thing that I had a real big issue with was there weren't many HHKB style like layout MX boards that were being designed. And even when there were, my big problem was not finding very very key sets that had HHKB compatibility. Specifically, when GMK started being a big thing, there were two sets. Literally, as far as I understand, there were like two sets that had true HHKB compatibility from like 2013 to like 2016. And think about that. 2013, 2014, 2015, 2016. In the span of like 4 years, there were only two GMK sets that had HHKB compatibility that I was aware of and that looked good and that I wanted. So it was just very unwelcoming to like do this. And so I was just like, I kind of stopped there, and then I just drove my actual Topre HHKB. And when I re-entered the hobby, it's like, well, now there's so many reasons to like do all of this, because like, one, I'm a little smarter. Like I can cut plates to just block the corners. Two is that like all these GMK sets have MX or like all these GMK sets now have HHKB compatibility. On top of that, the customs that are being made like have a symmetric bottom row, which I think like actually looks quite a bit nicer than the 6U HHKB that's out there. So it's really cool being able to come back into this and doing this. And then like, I do moronic shit like this where I was cracking off parts of the acrylic to turn this like, previous poker style case into something that I can actually want to use. Cognitive Wander, I don't like Topre because there isn't a variety of mounting styles. You don't think so? I want PCB mount, HHKB, gasket mount, plate mount with flex, etc. I respect that. I respect that you say that. I feel like they exist. I don't know what to say. Like, I mean, I guess like one way you could look at it, there was like the like when you say PCB mount, I guess that's what I'm kind of wondering is like, are you referring to like a tray? Like a tray, like mounting the PCB into a tray? Or are you talking specifically about like a PCB that uses gaskets? Oh, okay. Sorry. You were talking about. Got it. Okay. You're not talking about like MX style HHKBs. You're talking about actual like PFU or Topre HHKBs. You're right. There aren't a variety of mounting styles. how do I put this? To me, honestly, hot take here, I think the variability or variance in mounting styles among keyboard designs is kind of like in my perspective is like a little gimmicky. Like it's just like at the end of the day, it's gonna be a keyboard that I'm gonna be using, and like I've mentioned like to anyone who's watched me a lot, my number one thing is layout. At the end of the day, to me, they're all gonna be like an HHKB layout. So how you mount it matters a little less to me. How it like feels or sounds matters a little bit less to me. Like it matters, but a little bit less to me than the fact that like, okay, is it something that I can and want to use? How would you achieve that with the housings to be hovering? I mean, aren't a lot of boards now just gimmicky? Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, I would even venture to say that what I do here, the fact that like I build the same board, the same HHKB board over and over again. Granted, they are different keyboards, but same board over and over again. It's all HHKBs. That's a gimmick of me, the content creator. Okay, I'm chasing a Topre Unicorn. Unicorn F1 7V. Yeah, I don't know how some of these things will really work, to be perfectly honest. What I understand is that you kind of need a plate to be able to like compress the parts together you need for Topre. So like without that, like you can't go like plateless. if this is what you're referring to. Topre is good because it's stiff. Interesting perspective. Alright, honestly, I don't think I need to adjust these. I could, but I don't really care to. So let's just move on here. Alright, I'll readjust this just because the K olive color is a really interesting one, and I want to be able to capture this like somewhat accurately. This preset that we had on it made it look a little bit brown, so we'll see if we can get this right. Stiff is a preference. I think Topre is good because of the dome. Alright, here we go. Let's go a little softer here. I think we should bring up those darks a little bit. Alright, I think I'm like generally happy with this. What do you guys think? Does that look like to you the olive on a K? I hope so. But it's like this is already like a pretty outdated set of photos here because I've built this at this point. But it is cool. I'm glad I did take a picture of it because I don't want to reopen this board again. I love the board. Don't get me wrong. I actually quite like this board a lot. But I don't want to open it. So I'm glad I took this shot beforehand. Are those like the Niz plume switches? Wait, what is the Niz plume switches? Oh, I see. The got it. Okay, I think I've heard of this. I don't really know much about this. The electric capacitive keywords. Yeah. You don't get a preference when you buy HHKB. I'm typing on hybrid lubed at 1, so the spacebar is ticking again. Yeah, tuning Topre is not easy, I feel like. Design a better spacebar, that's what we do in MX. I don't know. How do I put it? It's funny. It's funny that like there's kind of like a how do I put it? Like, I feel largely like there's definitely like a feeling of supremacy among people who use Topre. But I also feel like there's a counter supremacy of people who use MX. And to say that Topre, like, okay, like this comment here, Topre not hardcore enough, they need to step up. I don't know that I like that mentality. Because I feel like, to be perfectly honest, it's like, when I look at MX, and like when I'm looking at some of these perspectives, Cognitive Wanderer, of just like, design a better version, that's what we do in MX. Like, I feel like that's, I don't know if I like that perspective, because it's just like, I build all these boards all the time. Like, I build all these MX boards, I tune the switches, we do what we can, you know, like, all these designs come in, and I buy these boards and I build them. And like, it feels like, honestly, I'm just building the same keyboard over and over and over again, except the designer has just made it harder for me to build it. like it's just like the J02 and the K were just like, this is so ridiculous. Like, this is just so absolutely ridiculous. And then at the end of the day, like, I'm still typing in MX. like like, I love the boards, but they're just ridiculous. Like, the J02 was super fucky, as was like trying to use a 30A and trying to do HHKB in a K, because I know that there are people talking about like there being issues with the K specific for HHKB layout boards, and especially if you're using 30A. People are kind of saying it won't work, and like then you had to like kind of like shim things together. So, I mean, it changes the feel and sound. It's like it changes domes. I have HHKB Classic and Railforce R2 full size. My HHKB is fully modded. Every mod I have. Okay. Alright, so we're finished up with this roll. I still have 2 more rolls, and I know that we kind of took a really long time on this one because I really wanted to get all these keyboard photos, right? And I appreciate, again, Halloween for that big old raid from like an hour ago. Bring all the keyboard folks in, watching me do these keyboard photos. So I'm going to go, we're going to go switch back, guys. We got 2 more rolls, and they're concert photos. So bear with us here. If you're here for keyboards, unfortunately, we're not going to have very many keyboard photos left. In fact, I think we have 0 left. But still, feel free to hang around, enjoy. I'm still down to talk keyboards as I do concert photos. I'm also down to talk concert photos or film in general. So, you know, just letting you know. All right, I think we'll do one more. This is a Day in Vegas one, I believe. And then after that, we got a JPEG Mafia show that I shot as a spectator. I want it top mount now, waiting for a VIA. No, still waiting for a VIA Pro. Topre is still a keyboard. No one's going to change that, but it's not being updated. It's boring. Oh, man. I don't know. I think Topre is really fun after you've done a million MX builds. Like, after doing a million MX builds, even like I do a lot of Alps builds too. And even as I've been sprinkling Alps and MX like together, it's just like, man, I still want like an escape. So I'm still waiting on my heavy grail. I have 2 heavy grails coming in. I am waiting for that Avia Pro as well. I'm very excited. I wish I got it on the first Avia. Yeah, I got 2 heavy grails coming in. I have a Veracity Steel. They said they're not, or they're gonna finish shipping by January. But I know some people have gotten like end of January, but some people have gotten theirs in like November. So it's like, this shipping process is taking a while. And then I ended up getting one of those polycarbonate heavy grails as well. All right, HI1. And then I want to get that Avia Pro. I wonder how hyped the Avia is gonna be, the Avia Pro, because it's like I feel like there's a lot of people, or like it feels like there's a very loud amount of people. I'm not saying high number, but a loud number of people who want like an Avia aftermarket, like the Avia One. But I feel like it's like among the RMM Discord and subreddit and just whoever out there, it's like the same. Yeah, exactly. It's like the same 5 people who really want an Avia who don't have it. So like it makes me curious how many people would actually really run towards an Avia Pro. Like the X60 V2 went up this past week, I think, or like last week or whatever. And it's a small amount of people. Yeah, the X60 V2, which is an MX board, went up last week, and I was there like right at like 11 a.m. I was just like waiting to click it, or 10 a.m. or whatever. And it didn't sell out right away. So the X60 V2 like didn't even sell out right away. But I did end up getting one. I don't want an Avia. I'd rather not sacrifice 2 boards for one. I have no problem doing that. Yeah. Cognitive Wanderer, I agree. I want a slim metal case. That's one thing that I think the Avia has over the Heavy Grail is like the Heavy Grail just looks pretty chunky. And I don't know necessarily that I'm really like with that, but I think that honestly, like the Veracity and the PC, which are the 2 options I got, the way they look trick you into not thinking it's as chunky as I do. Like for me, it tricks me into thinking it doesn't look as chunky. I don't know if everyone agrees, but literally like the steel finish on Veracity, because it's so damn shiny, it doesn't make me think about the fatness. And the polycarbonate one is like, well, it looks clear. I'm not thinking about the fatness. But those other ones are like, oh, these are too thick, man. Wasn't the Veracity like over $1,000? It was, yeah. I believe this was Ravina, so I think this was day 2. I think this was day 2 of Day in Vegas. Some people like really big cases. I agree, or like I understand that sentiment, but like I think that Norbauer had like a design vision for the Veracity that I think he believes he knocked it out of the park, and I can understand that. That said, the way that I found that he executed it is not necessarily, it doesn't necessarily fit my tastes. But I do like, again, like specifically the 2 variants that I got between the steel and the PC. I think it was good. Like I think those were well done. Luigi, welcome to the stream. We are scanning some 35mm photos from a couple of concerts. We have two of these rolls left. So this is from, I think, day 2 at Day in Vegas. Then we have another one of a JPEG Mafia concert after this. So that's what we're doing right now. But we're also just chatting about keyboards. We got a big raid from Halloween boards earlier, and so most of my content is typically keyboard stuff. And in fact, I scanned a bunch of keyboard photos on previous rolls just prior to this. So welcome to the stream. For anyone tuning in, that's what we're up to right now. Some people like really big cases. It's a preference. True, but Norbauer just makes giant cases for the sake of making giant cases. Norbauer is a style. It's not for me. The big cases and colors. Oh, yeah, I like... Oh, nice. Nice. M6. That's cool. All right, man. Nice, nice being here. It's late. I'm gonna get some sleep. Right on. Appreciate you being here, Sabi Sab. Thanks so much for chatting. Like M6 with 35mm Simicron. Right on. Cool, cool. How do I like the heavy grail? No, that's the thing. Mine hasn't shipped. Like even my steel hasn't shipped yet, and then I guess I'm gonna be waiting at hopefully at most another month. Hopefully. Wait a second. Where was that end? Okay. So I think the 10 needs to be like around here. So let's do that. Right there. Oh, waiting on that stream. I want to hear your thoughts on it. I like to hear different takes. Yeah, I'm very curious to see. I know that I feel like it's, how do I put this? Twitch is interesting. Twitch is interesting because, we all know Unreal Keyboard has got the Topre game on lock on Twitch here. 100%. But I know that what it feels like is there's a lot of concerning the Heavy Grail. The talk has kind of been everywhere. So dude, respect him. He designs stuff. I respect him. He designs. Yeah, for sure. I know. I've been in touch with Buddy for a bit. And yeah, no, I mad respect. Nothing but. So, yeah. Hopefully some fun Topre stuff within the next year coming in, but it's gonna be because there's only so much that personally I can really do, because I gotta wait on 2 Heavy Grails. I gotta wait to see what's gonna happen with the Avia. Then past that, it's there's HHKB and there's different versions of it, but it's all just plastic HHKBs. I don't know that I need to do this or work on them more than once, but I don't know. We'll see. All right, so just real quick, touching back on what you're seeing right now. This is Pilo. Pilo was one of the most fun acts, I would say, at Day in Vegas. Pilo is a Bay Area rapper. I'm from the Bay Area, or I live in the Bay Area. I've been in the Bay Area for the last 13 years now. I grew up in LA, or sort of suburbs of LA, still in LA County though. I'm not really big on LA hip hop. I'm not really big on Bay Area hip hop, but I respect those two subgenres. But I gotta say, when I go to Day in Vegas and I see Pilo, that was just so fun. It was so fun because people being in Vegas, coming from the Bay Area to see him, and just the way Bay Area hip hop sounds is just so goofy and fun. And this guy right here is goofy and fun. Oh man, it's great. I just want to throw that out. That was one of the most fun sets there when I went out to this festival. It's the same case. Yeah. For HKB is the same case for sure. Is this all Pilo? Some of these are getting more and more blurry. I think this may have been day 3. Topre is... Oh yeah, It's like, I got a special guest for y'all, and then there's a guy wearing like a cartoon Pilo head. Topre gets me excited though. I think it's just like I've been away from it for so long. And here's another like underrated thing. I think I've really not like, it's not that I've underplayed it, but it's that like maybe I've just not really announced it. But I used to like back before my hiatus, 2014, 2015. I was like, I'd just be doing like Topre mods, but like not even like tuning, like lubing tuning mods, just like different weird stuff. I do a lot of dome swaps. Like I had a bunch of real forces back then, back before I, pre HHKB fixation days. I was doing all these dome swaps, but then like I was also trying to figure out some stuff. I had one of those Hypro, those full-size Hypro keyboards. And then I ended up, I may have told this story on stream before, but I ended up working with Hipster Punks, the guy who does like the KWKs, KVKs, those Vandal keycaps and all that. I ended up working with Hipster Punks, and we figured out this one little problem with Hypro / with like the Hypro, what do you call them? Like those sliders, like those Hypro housings. And with the Hypro keycaps, there's just like a weird little problem with them. And we were in touch, and we kind of like solved this issue. And so that was like kind of cool, kind of exciting. And after we kind of solved it, he just sent me one of those mummies. Like he just sent one to me for free. And so that was like pretty chill. What I really regret is that I sold that board, but at the same time, I mean, I wasn't using it. I don't use TKLs, so like part of me regrets it, but part of me is like, oh, that's fine. What am I gonna do? The thing is, it was weird. I remember I was at like a meetup in like 2014. It must have been 2014-ish. And I found someone's Hypro, and I was using it. I was like, whoa, this is nice. And then like, I don't know what changed. I don't know if I ended up like getting a different Hypro board or if I just changed. But when I ended up getting mine, I was like, this isn't as nice as I remember it. Maybe for some reason I was just like on a high of like, oh, this is someone's new stuff. Like this is cool. But when I actually like owned one myself, I was like, oh, this is all right. So it's interesting seeing now how many people like really like how big Hypro is among people who are trying to like search or be a part of the Topre community, because I remember not really liking it that much at the end of the day. Playing Apex, alright, right on. Alright, so this is Sir. I thought Sir was really good. He came out to his to the song John Redcorn. If you guys haven't seen the John Redcorn music video by Sir, oh my god, it's so good. It's basically like his rendition of is this the end of the roll? That's the end of the roll. His rendition of like King of the Hill. I like how you can't really see much that's on here. Okay, so this is the end of the roll. Let's close this. I mean, honestly, largely, this roll has seemed like the preset was pretty good for it. Like, I mean, we can tune this a bit here. I forget who this is exactly. This may have been Mulatto, but I'm not sure, or Bia. I don't remember. Oh, no, was this? Oh, maybe this was Ravina. This was Ravina at the very beginning. All right. Let's see if we can take this, a couple of these photos into the promised land. This is one of the first Pilo shots I took. Hold up real quick. I gotta check something. Okay, this looks a little bit better. All right, Lakers up on the Rockets. All right, yeah, this is better than before. I wonder how many we can throw this onto. I think that one was a little dark. So I think maybe we can apply this or sync this with some of the other dark ones. Yeah, that one's like a bit better as well. This one's pretty cool. Like, this one would have been really cool if I was closer. Good pose, I'm just kind of far. And then some of them are like super overexposed, just like differences in the lighting, my camera not really being able to capture it fully, especially from a far distance. Dan Vegas ones, yeah, Ada, hi. These are, this is the last roll, the last unscanned roll from Dan Vegas, I think. And this is the Pilo night. This is when this is like they asked this guy to come up on stage where we weren't even sure if they knew him. Pretty sure it was just like some random guy in the crowd. Let's see if we can get a better shot. They kind of huddled together. So this is the last unscanned day in Vegas roll, and then after that, the very last roll of the night is going to be this JPEG Mafia show I shot. I don't think that was very much better. Alright, whatever. Moving on from that one. Okay, so this is a whole lot of what looks like nothing. This is Pilo, but I don't think we're going to be able to get much from that after looking at the negative. Like, this one right here is a pretty good shot. Again, just kind of wish we were a little closer. That would have been a good shot up close. But that was already It was a good photo though. This is Sir. Not that good of a pose or anything. This one's overexposed. This one's cool because you could see him on the screen, but when you actually look here, he's just kind of a blob. Alright, here you can see him good, but then he looks a little funny on this camera. It looks like these two cameras are desynced. Unless this might be from the other photo, I think. Yeah, I think this was from the other photo. Here he is. Okay, this one's cool. You could see him here, and then you could see him here. Pose is okay there. Alright, I think I shot this when there was no lights for some reason. Oh, that's the end of the roll. Alright. That concludes the day in Vegas photos. Alright, one more roll to go. Let's go and grab it. That would be JPEG Mafia. What time is it? Well, it's about, like 7:10-ish. That's chill. It's gotten pretty dark outside, huh? I'm struggling to steer this in. Here we go. Got it. Okay, so this one's interesting. I think I shot this on Fuji. Oh, Superior 400, right on. Okay. Last roll of the night. J. Call this 1. Then we'll choose a different preset because it's a different type of photo. Let's find some random S400. I guess this one right here would be good. Live view. Alrighty. Oh, is it doing film? Oh, my cam. Whoa, is my cam off? I think we're good. Okay. Okay, totally not the right preset here. Let's see if we can find a different, better one. Something that's more appropriate up until the point that we're going to actually redo this anyways. That's an S400. These are all crazy. I apologize if this is like too seizure inducing. Hey, this is just fine. Alright, but we're good. We're good. Alright, let's just continue along because this is like, I think it jumps straight into, it took one photo from this night out. Meeting a friend from out of town. And then we go straight into this JPEG Mafia concert. Okay, first one, pretty blurry. This might be pretty blurry until I figure something out about my... I feel like at some point, like just during, like in the middle of concerts, like I'll just start going wild with changing the exposure. So like this one still has a bunch of blur. There was a guy at this show who was taking pictures with a 3DS. He brought a 3DS to the show and he was like taking pictures with it. Alright, I really feel like, man, I just gotta dump all my money into getting some 800 ISO film. Cause I feel like these 400 ISO films, just like, I just don't know if I'm getting this to work right. This is like the best one so far and you can hardly see anything. He was probably in high school. I don't know. Yeah, I could believe that. I could believe that. It could be someone just goofing off, but yeah, high school might make sense. All right. This one looks promising. Give me some good. Ooh, that one's clear. That one's clear. Oh, that's good. Oh. What did I do here? Is this when I switched to fixed 2 point, like F2? I might have gone to fixed 2 at this point. I wonder. I never know. I gotta write this shit down. Dang, these pictures like suddenly went next level, like mid-roll. I'm looking at work typing competitions and they use regular keyboards. Wait, what? How did I get these pictures to look like so much better? I don't know how I did this. Okay, this one's out of focus. I think I got some guy's head in focus here. Oh yeah, look at this guy. This is the guy I wanted to shoot. Oh man, I think it's like this for a couple. Here's another one. Oh, the guy's head. The real focal point. This is who I came to shoot. This guy. I think I want F2, and I think I need to do this at shows more often. Just go to F2 fixed. I think. The thing is, I can't even be certain. I don't know what I did. Like, you know what I need to do is, like, whenever I change a setting, I think I need to write it into my, like, my phone notes, like my notes app, just so I know what it is I'm doing, because that was, like, the longest, I'm not gonna lie, for taking my pocket camera out, and bringing it to, like, a pretty dark concert at one of these venues, that was, like, the longest stretch of good photos I've ever had. Like, it's definitely on the higher end of like, oh wow, there's a lot of good photos in a row. I think I just duplicated this. Alright, I think I got someone's head in it again. Ah, yes, I think it's the same guy. Alright, we got some motion blur here. What was the original HHKB some Apple keyboard? I think it was like a Sun Microsystems keyboard. Alright, this one seems promising. You need to find this guy and send him his pics. His top body, like the top half of his body was moving. Okay, this is pretty good. I'm gonna try to I'm gonna try to do some re-inversions of these. That one was close, but also kind of not close. Guy's head's in the way. Also, his head is too close to the top of the frame. Oh, not bad. It's a cool one when he's sitting on the edge. I swear, man, every time I gotta do that. I'm gonna do that from now on. Every time I make a change, I gotta go into my phone app and just write in what the change was. Like what exposure number I've made what change to. This crazy thing. Look at this sick photo, guys. Oh, he put a jacket back on. I think someone threw up his sign, or threw up an actual sign. Please play. I guess I'm not familiar enough with his work. I'm guessing it says Ciara. Right, we're nearing the end of the roll here. Oh, you're saying I need to find like the actual guy's head, like that guy? Aha, this one's real good. He's like leaning kind of funny. I'm debating whether or not that's actually a good shot or not. But the way that it was exposed is really, really good. Alright, that one not so good. And then I think this final one here is of Ada drinking something. I don't know exactly what it is. Oh, that's the green bottle of water. Alrighty. Very cool. Very cool. Alright. This concludes the scans. I guess we'll touch up some of these pictures, figure out what's going on, get some of these lights back on. Maybe we'll have this be a slightly more normally lit stream again. Guessing it's wrong. Yeah, this is Ada. 88 80B. Alright. So let's touch up this first one. Cause this one I know is lit kind of funny. I like negatives for some reason. Yeah, they're interesting. 100%. It's really, like, I find it really interesting, like, this notion of... Here's literally, like, a physical mix of materials that you can expose light to. And when you expose light to it, specifically if it's negatives, like, when you expose light to it, it ends up coming in some manner of inverted light. That's not completely a one-to-one mathematical inversion, like of like what's on the opposite, literally the opposite end of the color spectrum. It's like another, like conceptually, like different, like inversion you need to get this type of photo. Because if you just went like one-to-one inversion, check this out. This is what happens. What am I doing? Is this tone curve the one that I was supposed to be? I forgot. I used to be able to get that like 100% inversion, and I don't know if it was the tone curve. Ah, here it is. This is a 1-to-1 inversion. Like, it's what it is. It's not right. Like, it's not correct. But, dude, I did, dude, somebody opened Open Fusion, I forgot everything. Yeah, this is what it is here. So this point curve is like, when you completely invert it, this is what an inversion is. That's the inverse of this. So it's like, clearly it's not right. But there's a process by which you'll get to here. And for that matter, there's a process to get to here, like through like analog printing, like not even doing this on a computer. There's a process by which you would get to here from here. And that's what they were using for like 100 years. I don't know, I guess for as long as color photography had existed up until like the modern digital age. They were finding a way to get to this, like with their hands and not with a computer. It's crazy. It's crazy when you think about it that way, you know? All right. No wonder photos are so expensive. Yeah. Okay, I just chose one in the middle here, but I'm gonna try inverting one of these good ones that was like pretty underexposed. See if we get anything. Oh my god, dude, I didn't even do anything there. We're gonna see if we can get anything different from what that preset had to offer to us from before. No wonder photos are expensive. You have to do this analog. Yeah. It's pretty gnarly, right? Whoa, wait a second. This started off purple. Okay. You could ruin someone's photos. So, well, hopefully that's another part of it too, is that like hopefully like you would get the development part down, but like converting your negatives into like analog photo prints hopefully wouldn't ruin the negatives, and thus you could like try to reproduce like the correct photo multiple times off of the same negative. Granted, I haven't done it, so I don't really know. Like I've never done my own analog prints off of color negative photos. I heard it's like annoying. I've heard it's challenging and annoying, so I've never done it. As I understand, black and white is much easier for generating analog prints. Alright, I wonder what happens if I apply this to everything. Okay, we all know very well that the first like 10 or so were not great. Then they get better. Okay, so this is the preset, or like the inversion that we just did, and then this is the preset that we had from before. So yeah, I would say this is generally better, a little more accurate. Damn, dude. I feel like somehow whatever I did here was really good. And I should do it again. Was this the last show I went to? I'm trying to recall. What was the last show I went to? Let me see if I could pull up my calendar. My calendar said it. I think this had to have been me shooting at f2. But it's weird because I don't know if this is like indicators, like looking at everyone else's hands and shit. Let me see. JPEG Mafia San Francisco. That was November 24th. Oh no, that was not the last show I went to. The last show I went to was that Puya one that I shot when I was hanging out with Ada. And that must have been when Ada was in that picture with the green water bottle. Alright, I'm just gonna do it. From now on, I'm gonna lock myself into F2. I'm just gonna say fuck it. Next show I go to, where I'm not shooting it, you know, I'm not assigned to shoot it. I'm gonna bring my camera, lock myself into F2 and -2, and then just like see what this roll, like what that roll would look like, because I did something here right that has produced like you know, a lot of usable, like way more usable photos than I usually get. And this is on Superior 400. This is like not even a, like this is a consumer film 100%. But like granted, it's gotten a little more expensive since Fuji's on price hike. Alright, I want to do a reset on this and then see what we get out of this. See if we can get something a little better than the previous two iterations. I know Puya, he is not too known outside of LA. Have you been to Suicide Boys show? Yes, I have. Oh, when was that? Maybe like 3 to 4 years ago I saw Suicide Boys. That was fun. I like Suicide Boys. They were at the Warfield. Let me find out when that was. Suicide Boys Warfield. November 4th, 2017. Yeah, Suicide Boys are big. What would you? Here's what I'm wondering. Are Suicide Boys bigger than Puya? Cause like in my head, like just in my head personally, I always pictured that Puya was bigger. Almost 5 years ago. So you say Suicide Boys are bigger than Puya? That's pretty crazy. Let's go with that. And then let's reset this. Oops. Well, from personal experience, I see. So this is what we got now versus what we got from the applied, like the synced inversion. It's not that different than what we had from before. Very red. But this is honestly just very close. I'll just keep it there. This is not that great a photo. And then here is Ada inside. It looks a lot cooler than I think it probably was. Let's redo this one. Just for fun. When I tell people about them, more people know Suicide Boys. I see. I didn't know about Suicide Boys until after I knew Puya, so I guess that's just like a modest difference, rare difference in me, I guess. Whoa, this got like mad grainy. Ah, this is fine. This is totally fine here. Okay, as shot. Alright, let's take a look again. The inversion we just did versus the previously applied one versus the preset that we ran from a previous roll. I'd say this one most definitely is the best. I wonder now, what if I applied this to everything? Or what if I just applied it to one of these good ones? So like, let's pretend, what's a good one here? Number 11. Let's do number 11 and number 14. And let's just, oh shit. 11, 14, sync. Grainy but looks good, yeah. This ends up looking a lot like the first one. So I feel like that's, it's funny that it ended up that way, but oh, this is interesting. So it's very much like he becomes a little more red. I don't hate it, but I don't know if I like it either. So I'll just keep it to what I had from before. All right. You don't like it? Okay, okay. All right, let's go through. We did 5 rolls today, so that kind of wraps this up. But I want to go through the 5 rolls and then just kind of look over the best ones of the night through among all 5 rolls. So let's go through and let's choose this Fouché from earlier. I feel like I can redo the inversion on this one. Let's try that one real quick. Let's see if we get anything better. The first roll we did, this was day 1. Oh my god. My room's just bugging out all the time. Oh my god, look at that. I didn't do anything. Okay. That room gotta chill, you know? Alright, we're gonna play with this Fouché photo and see if we can apply it to the other ones. Not really. I don't really think this is... Alright, whatever. Okay, we're gonna scroll through all of these and see if there's any that I really, really love. Like, okay, this one I like. This one I saw from the start and I'm like, whoa, this one looks like pretty nuts. Let's go with that one. It's on the first roll. I like this one. We did a little work on this guy. This is Lucky Day. It's Ada, Jasmine Sullivan. This is Kendrick's performance. Any big standouts here? I think this is the closest to a standout and I still wouldn't even choose it. We were just so far out, but it's good to like look at it and remember, but I don't know if like these are things I would post. This is a nice one. The last one is just Ada inside. Okay. Next roll. This was the Puya show that we shot here. Most of these are pretty bad. This one's funny though, because it's like the first time I could get something that like resembles clarity. Is like from some guy's phone. I wonder. I want to actually. No, I don't really want to invert that. I don't want to redo that. The first clear one we got here, his back was turned. Yeah, I don't think I got any good ones from that Puya show other than that one where his back was turned. Whoops. All right. Let's redo the inversion on these first two Switch Couture Alice photos. And I want to say I want to do that. Jeez. Like, I swear, I stop it right here. Okay. Sometimes, like, it just, like, continues going. What happened was I had this preset on for this, and then I was like, oh, okay, let's redo it. And I chose, like, the third Switch Couture Alice photo. Then I tried to apply it to everything, and then, like, the first couple got really, really overexposed. Let's go with that. Alright. Looks pretty good. I'm not even gonna make more adjustments to that. Okay. But I will sync these and then see how the others turn out. Also looks pretty good, albeit off center. But I don't know, it's like, I'm not sure if I would use this over this one anyways, because it's just farther away and off center. So our previous one was here, and this absolutely does look better. Now this one is like very overexposed in comparison to the previous ones. So I think that this shot was a little bit better. Granted, again, for some reason, positioning is very weird. Let's see if we can crop this and get something a little bit more sensible. It's funny because then like we're just gonna get like massive amounts of grain. It's a film photo, but it's very, very cropped. I don't know why. Alright, does this one beat out what we had before? I actually like this one from before. Again, very cropped for no reason. Like, this is not even, you can't even post something this long on Instagram unless like you do one of those like slideshows, which I guess we could. Just, it's kind of a weird, like, why would you really do it, you know? Yeah, this one's better as well. Okay. Anyways, favorites of the night. I mean, honestly, pretty standard shot. This one is interesting, but I just wish that I didn't have to crop it like such a crazy amount. I like the top down. All right. Let's favorite that. Let's also look at these Mecha 01 on the D60. This one I feel like we could consider re-inverting, because that is very overexposed. Let's try it out. I think the trick from last time was we gotta change it to auto warm, and then we gotta like even make some adjustments after that to get the green to pop. I like the D60. I find it very solid. I found it, how do I put this? I find, okay, I think it is underrated in the sense that it's an available HHKB board that you can just get. That said, in terms of how it just is, like, I say it's it's all right. Like it's completely fine. I really had a problem literally with like the design of like how you place the gaskets. Because if you place the gaskets incorrectly on the what is it, the plate, they're just not even gonna fit into the actual gasket slots on the case correctly. And the thing is, if you try to put the gaskets on the case, it's really hard to just like fit them in there because like the gaskets are too big / the gasket slots on the case are too small. Just super annoying, I gotta say. Sangyo, I've used the Sangyo, like I built the Sangyo here too, and that's the pink on whiteboard that's on the next roll. I've mentioned this on stream. There's a little weirdness I find with the Sangyo that I've also found on the Prophet, which is a totally different mount on that board. But there's like this feeling I get when I type on it that almost feels like between the Sangyo and the Prophet, there's like a jitter. And I wouldn't say it's a terrible thing, but it's just like I gotta like type on this for like a couple days to just get used to it. I don't know how to explain it any better than that. It's just like bottoming out on it for some reason, like there's a feeling I get. It's that I can't explain any better than a very, very, very mild jitter. Alright, I don't think this one gets better. The small vibration. Okay, so that's a thing. That's what it sounds like. Alright, I'll just hit a fave on that one. Here's my Laker themed Polaris. Violet. It was like purple and gold. Let's re-invert this one because it just seemed kind of a little bit muddy. Have you tried the thermal? Not yet. I do have a thermal that's supposed to come in a sequence 2. I am somewhat regretful that I got the E Soya. I feel like I should have gotten the Rose or whatever, Rose. I also don't like how the sequence 2 came with a hot swap PCB only. Oh, nice. You got the Rose. You don't by any chance want to trade, do you? By any chance? Okay, now this looks black on white. Same? What do you mean same? Same? Which point are you gonna same? Okay. If you by any chance want to E Soya and want to trade for the Rose, let me know. But oh yeah, the hot swap PCB, I'm not a fan of them doing that. Had to sit through 2 30-second ads. Andy, welcome. You know, Andy, you know the solution to that is you could sub to the stream. It's either $4.99 a month, or you could use your Amazon Prime to link to Twitch. Amazon Prime to link to Twitch, and then use your Prime subscription that way. You don't have to pay for anything, and then you won't get ads. Just letting you know. Okay, this is not a good. It's not a good one. I use Alex's Prime account. He has me as a guest. I don't know what to say other than have you at least tried to link your Amazon Prime to your Twitch? Because I have no idea how your Prime thing works, but once Twitch charged me $60 and I was like, what? Wow, $60. Is that like a full year subscription? And you just try, see if you can like dick around in the settings and still try to link your Amazon account to your thing. See if that works, because what if you still can? You could sub to me. You know what I heard? What I heard is that if you get partnered. Also, did you know that Gore-Tex is supposedly really bad for the environment? Oh, You can see this? I guess you can. I did not know that. So what I heard is that like if you're partnered or like, you know, Andy, that's like the Twitch version of verification. But when you get partnered on Twitch, you apparently just have these like as a partner, you can just assign like subs to like a small handful of people, like 3 to 5 people or something like that. So like, hey, if I ever get partnered one day, I guess I'll give you a sub, a permanent sub. Nah. Give it to someone that cares. Hey, you seriously want to sit through you know, a minute of ads before you can watch me? Before you can tune in? Someone that cares. Alright, this is slightly crooked. Alright. I found out about this tool. This tool is pretty funny. You could just like straighten based off of that. Emotional damage add. Alright, this one's kind of tough because this is now like, I don't know why these are like so like off center. So probably this one would be the best out of these. Alright, here are these backsides of the D60. I don't know why these look all crazy. Alright, I guess this one's the best out of the others, but I still want to attempt to reinvert this because I don't think I have already. Oh my god! Look at that! I didn't even do anything. Have you seen that meme, emotional damage, or that right there is a violation? Personally, I wouldn't take it. Wait, I don't know if I've seen this ad. I feel like I see some of the same ads, but I don't know if I've seen that one. Why this one's so damn bright? Let's go gamma. I don't know about that. Okay, maybe I just need to pull these darks down. When I said it was to tell you, I wasn't listening because I got... oh no. Yeah, it doesn't really look like that in real life. Warm, it does not look like that either. I feel like it would be this. Honestly, this versus this. Alright, I guess we'll go with this. Okay, I see my Amazon account with Twitch, now what? Okay, you should if you're a guest on Alex's Prime, you might still be able to do it. It says I have to sign up for Prime Gaming, which is $12 a month. Oh, I see. So like, what? Let me think about this. So like right underneath. Are you? Wait. Are you on? Are you on mobile or are you just on desktop? Okay. I almost wanted to say refresh the stream, but I think what a better idea might be is if you're in Chrome, right click the tab and then duplicate the stream, and then look underneath the right bottom corner. There should be this big purple button that says like subscribe or something. And then see if there's like an option to like use your Prime sub or something like that. And if not, that must mean you might not be subscribed to Amazon Prime. Is there like if you click that and then like is there a thing that says like oh subscribe and then it says $4.99 but then there's a checkbox that says like use Prime? Does that work? Or do you see something that looks like that? Like trying to very slowly teach you how to subscribe to me. I feel like a scammer. I feel like I'm trying to scam you. I sent a Discord screenshot. Ah, I see. Okay. Yeah, I think like your Amazon account needs to have Amazon Prime on it to have that checkbox that says use Prime sub. I think that would be the way. So basically it's Alex's fault? Yeah, I think so. For not paying my own main account? Yep. I think you should sue him. Sue him for $5 a month. Okay. Alright, so moving along, we're on the third roll now, which is this entire roll of keyboards shot on the F6. So these shots should hopefully be a little bit nicer. This royalty-free song sounds like a bootleg Kiss Me More. Bootleg lo-fi Kiss Me More. I don't like this one that much. Guess we'll go with this one. As I'm just taking all the best singular pictures. This one would, I think, be better if I straighten this out. Okay, let's try that. 3x2. Alright, let's try that. Still looks kind of crooked. I think I shot it at an angle. So, I think that's kind of the problem with this one. These are cool though. I think this is one of those, like, if I post this, I'll probably post like a slideshow of multiple angles. This one. Probably this one and then the backside or something. And maybe even this one. Even though it's like kind of warped. But best is probably, honestly, did I think I favor this one already. Okay. Blade. This is the blade. Probably this one. Right here we got the J02. I like this one. Let's see. I feel like this one is also kind of warped and at an angle. You can see here that like this guy slants down and then this guy slants up, so it's just like warping. What was cool is that just prior to taking these shots, I finally cleaned off that weird dirty spot on the brass with some simple green. Alright, here's our Sangyo. The Sangyo 60. I kind of like this one, but I also kind of like this one. I think what's nice about this shot is, again, I like just the effect that's here, but I also like that you see these crazy ass, like, the bezels. Like, I think, like, at first I didn't like it, but I've learned to like it because I feel like that design-wise is kind of what makes the Sangyo like a little unique. These crazy-ass bezels. We'll increase that. There's the backside. I don't need to save that, but I'm gonna look at this. The hammer. I vaguely recall, I think I did it for this shot because I shuffled some of the keys around as necessary. Like the keys, the way they're kind of like set up is they're definitely not normal in terms of like legends, but at least they kind of make a little bit of sense. So like two Apple keys, they're not near each other. The right shift is an Apple key, but it's not shift, but at least it's 1.75U. These have to be thicker, but I moved the right control away from the left control. Options are the same. Let's see. I usually use this as backspace, but there's nothing that resembles a 1.5 unit backspace, but I did find a clear key from something that's not an AEK. So I was able to do that, and then the escape key as well had to be something crazy because the AEK had like a weird stem on it. That wouldn't have made the escape key work on this, but so this is cool. I think this one you get a closer shot of some of these, like these weird keys. This just happens to look a little less dirty, so like I could probably clean this up in post. This right Apple key or fake right shift, but this one I feel like there's less to have to clean, so we'll go with this one. Backside's cool. Here's the skeleton. Here's another where, I mean, I feel like maybe, like this one's a close-up, shows like that badge, but I think it's otherwise a weird photo. So I think we'll just do this top down. Here's the unbuilt Trio 60. The back is really cool, but I think we'll still go with the top down. I've already built it, but in terms of pushing this up to the collection page, anyone who hasn't already seen my collection page, feel free to hit that exclamation collection command to just kind of see what I got. I think that this right here is a better photo than the one that I have right now, and is a better photo than this top down. There's like a weird little bit of damage to this, so I think I might have to try to clean this in post. Or just crop it, or not crop it and just do nothing. Maybe keep that damage, I don't really care. Alright. Compact, I just needed to shoot this. Honestly, for the collection here. First one's probably better. But I'll check to figure it out, what I want. And we'll probably choose this one. The K is good, top down, all good, gravy. Alright. Roll number 4, let's see if we got any good ones. Oh, that's Pilo. Dude, Andy, I don't know if I told you about this, but Pilo, I don't know if Andy's still here. Watching Pilo at Day in Vegas is so fun. Oh my god. I think that's a funny thing. Watching a Bay Area rapper do a set at a festival in another non-Bay Area city, I think that was just so, like, maybe that's what kind of gets to me. It's like, it's just so fun. Alright, I want to redo the inversion on this one, because I feel like there's a chance this one could be really good. Bro. Kidding me with this, man. I think honestly that advice that Lala gave like 2 hours ago probably I should have used. And should have used way earlier, and I still should use now, but I'm not doing it, which is I should probably just restart Lightroom. Maybe restarting Lightroom will be a good thing here. That one's chill. The captive bead on my jewelry keeps sliding one direction. So, I know that I do this sometimes on stream where it kind of looks like I'm picking my nose. I'm not picking my nose, guys. I'm just centering that captive bead. I want to say that this would have been good, but it's just really far away. Okay. One more, which is the one with JPEG Mafia. So we got a lot of good photos out of this one. And it's just, I feel like really showing me that I gotta figure out how the hell I did this. Because I am very confused. I'm very confused how I got such a high rate of very good photos at this show. Pretty confused. Alright, he's pretty off center here, so this is shaping up to not be such a great photo. I think we need to do something like that. Looks a bit better. I don't know if I would choose that one still though. This one, he's kind of a little overexposed. But honestly, in terms of just straight looking at this, in terms of pose, in terms of luck and getting this kind of centered and in focus, this one's pretty good. I'm gonna hit B on that one. B is that favorite button, or add to quick collection. Dude. Tripping. Lightroom and tripping all day. Bro, come on, I did not. Okay, this one's pretty cool too. This one I got largely of this guy's head. The photos get kind of bad again, and then I think we pick it up a little bit later. This one was pretty good. This one was good. This one was really good. I wasn't so crooked in my hand on the shot to begin with, but he ended up off center. That's the downfall of this one. I basically am turning this one vertical. Huh, that's not so bad. Alright, this one was the last chill one, I think, of the JPEG roll. Let's go 4x5. Let's bring this up. He has some pretty cool boots. Did anyone catch JPEG Mafia on Hassan's stream? Was it like last week? Or the other day or whatever? That was pretty entertaining. Like this one, it's just Ada drinking water. Alright. Let's take a look and see all the ones I've added to my faves from this stream. It's our first scanning stream since, oh yeah, this is the first one I think since we did the disposables. Alright, so we had about 25 good ones out of the, what would it be, 36 times 5, 72, and 44. 180 photos, and I would say 25 were worthwhile. And a large number of them were keyboards. Alright. If anybody out there is still watching, still lurking, let me know what you guys think. Stop me when you see one that you guys really like. Call it the shot of the night. These keyboard ones are going to go up on the collection page at some point. Hopefully later tonight. I'll see if I have time to actually get them up. Pilo, another Pilo, JPEG. I like this one actually. I do like this one, the Lucky Day. Alrighty. I think that just about does it, guys. Take a look and see who's online. Lil Stacks is on. Warm Thoughts is on. Tiny is on. Anybody else? Hammer. Oh, Hammer Brothers on. I'd say let's maybe hit up Hammer. Wait, let me see if there's any photo people on. Give me 1 second. Alright, I don't quite think so. Is anyone doing photos? Okay, I would say let's go hit up Hammer. Alright guys, this is the final stream of the year. So guys, up until next time we should be back, I think probably, I want to say next Wednesday. I think that would be Wednesday the 5th or something. But until then guys, hope everybody here has a happy new year, happy holiday season. Thanks so much for going through this whole journey with me. Keyboards, photos, all that through 2021. And until next time. Good night from San Francisco. We are going to read our homie Hammer Brother. Peace, everybody.